we are going to give you the blueprint each week on how the Bears can beat their upcoming opponent. This week, Jerry, we've got the Minnesota Vikings coming to town. And so each of us, we're going to have 6 different keys, 2 apiece, and we're going to start with Lance Briggs. You've got your 2 keys on the blueprint to beating the Minnesota Vikings. What's your number 1 key?
Well, the number 1 key is is stop the run. It should be the number 1 key starting every season for a defense. If you don't stop the run, you can't stop anything. That's going to open the door for the pass. So especially with a young quarterback coming in, it's important for you to shut down the doggone run because J.J. McCarthy, number 1, he comes from a Michigan, number 1 rushing team in NCAA. So if he knows anything about managing a game, nobody's going to be better at that coming out of college. Stop the run, and you give yourself a hell of a chance to start to put J.J. McCarthy kind of in the box you want him to be in.
Yeah, I mean, even
Number
though
2,
even though Aaron Jones has been in the league a long time and obviously hurt us a bunch with the Packers, he continues to be a thorn on our side. Last year in 2 games against the Bears with the Vikings, Aaron Jones had 22 carries for 106 yards of 4.8 yards per average and with a touchdown in that game. And then in the other game, he had 18 carries for 86 yards, again, a 4.8 average with another touchdown. So 2 touchdowns, 200 yards, had some receiving yards as well to throw in there.
Yeah.
So
can I even take that a step further?
Yeah.
In 15 career games against the Bears, Aaron Jones has 13 total TDs.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think the Bears' record is against Aaron Jones in his career in those 15 games?
not good.
2-11.
Well, that doesn't add up to 15, but we'll work on your math later.
That definitely doesn't add up to 15. That's not enough bricks. Not enough bricks in that one, buddy.
The Bears are 1-14 in Aaron Jones in his career
1
against
14.
him. Yeah,
that is amazing. So obviously they have to stop the run. Stop the run is very important.
I cannot do math.
Like,
You know what's
they're
funny
2
is
and 3.
Real-time math is tough
you know
sometimes.
what's funny is in Brick Lane, there actually is a lot of math that you have to know. You've got like a brick ruler and you got to, tape out your courses and your bricks and there is math in bricklaying. So you think I'd be pretty good at it, and yet I'm terrible at it. So
Lance, you're right, man. Stop the run. Super important. I'll take it a step further too. Is that the Minnesota Vikings offensive line? They've been rebuilt also, in the interior of their trenches as well. So young quarterback, they're going to be handing that ball off left and right because they don't want the young quarterback to get into some trouble. So the easiest way to do that is to hand that ball off and be really productive behind this offensive line.
They brought in Ryan Kelly and Will Fries. I saw that Darisaw is questionable for Monday, so it'll be interesting to see their offensive line.
And that was a weakness last year for them too. They were really weak in the interior part of their offensive line. But now they're trying to sew that up, so it's obvious what they're going to come out and do. And I think they also have a wide receiver that's a little hurt as well, so they'll probably just come out and try to run the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, what is your second key to the blueprint of beating the Minnesota Vikings, Lance?
Well, number 1 is stop the run. Number 2 is going to be to pressure J.J. McCarthy. All right. One thing we talked about quarterbacks and young quarterbacks and things that we're looking for defensively. We want to see does he go through all of his reads, or is he a one read check down guy? One read check down guy, which most rookie quarterbacks are. They're a one read check down guy. So you put pressure on him, get him thinking, then we get him. He's in trouble. So put the pressure on J.J. McCarthy and then take advantage of him in the pass game.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Peanut talking about it earlier. You want to confuse quarterbacks, but certainly
the young
rookie quarterbacks. That's but maybe a little easier than some of the vets to trick in terms of showing a certain coverage pre-snap and then changing that picture post-snap.
Right. I mean, Peanut's exactly right, and same with Lance. It's all about getting that quarterback to think as much as possible. And if he's doing that, then he's probably doing a disservice to his team. So if you can, disrupt him and show him all different looks, it's going to be beneficial for you.
All right, Zoom, what are your 2 keys to beating the Minnesota Vikings?
I mean, offensively for the Chicago Bears, they have to protect the football. You know what I'm saying? The Vikings are a really good team overall. You know, they won how many games last year? 14 games or something like that. And the defense has been exceptional with Brian Flores. Like, they attack the football. They're going to put over blitzes on you to try to get the ball to come out as much as possible. So it's all about protecting that football because they live and die off the turnover as well. They want to take the ball away. And that's that. And they did it extremely well. I think they're in like top 3 from last year. Yeah. So they have to protect that football. Don't give that ball away to the Vikings because if they do that, then it's going to be a long game.
Yeah, and Lance was protecting his Pizza Hut order right there. What were you doing there, Lance?
Being sneaky.
Listen, I had a very important call from if you must know, you don't have
to say it. You don't have to say what you're.
We don't want to know. Actually, we don't want to know.
So it was just funny. You don't have to say
it's medical. It's medical. It's medically related. I'll put it like that. It was a very important call. I have to see some doctors. You know, because you get to a certain age, there are things that you have to do that men have to go through and procedures, you know, for prostate cancer.
All right, we got it. Too much information. We got it.
All right.
Enough.
Okay, well.
My goodness.
You saw me hit the mute button. I mean.
Stop it.
You guys pried. You pried.
You don't need to do the hand gestures and stuff. I don't like that.
We are live on the Brick by Brick podcast.
Stop it. I hate it. Stop it.
We are live on the Brick by Brick podcast. Lance Briggs is getting a prostate exam. We're breaking down the Minnesota Vikings.
You never know what you're going to get.
Oh my goodness. That is funny as hell. Okay.
All right.
What is your second key?
The second one. Second key is for the defense to stay fundamentally sound. You know what I'm saying? Because this team is a really good football team, and the defense, they just have to rely on their technique, you know, read their keys, you know, and just focus in on their man. And especially the matchup that I'm going to be watching, obviously, is JJ versus JJ. And I'm not talking about McCarthy. I'm talking about the wide receiver, the DB that we have. So it's going to be – he has to make sure that he is fundamentally sound on, you know, Justin Jefferson because Justin Jefferson, I mean, he can blow this game wide open. So he's going to be covering the best wide receiver, Jalen Johnson. So that's a matchup that I want to see. But his technique is really good. If he's really fundamentally sound overall, I think that this defense could be very productive.
JJ also our JJ also needs help from his up front. He needs pressure. We need to get ourselves to JJ McCarthy and get that ball out under 4 seconds. We get that ball out under 4 seconds. That gives Jalen Johnson an opportunity to really take advantage of Justin Jefferson.
Right. I mean, we're going to see a lot of man-to-man matchups as well. So It's going to be very important for the DBs or whoever's covering that man to be fundamentally sound. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to be looking for. I want to see guys, you know, being smart with their angles, being fundamentally sound, being, you know, knowledge and keeping focus in the game. So that's all I'm worried about with the Bears defense.
Yeah, it's going to be key, no question. And you know, applying that pressure because, like you said, press man coverage, you know, you can get sticky for a few seconds, but if he's got time to throw back there, it's only a matter of time before Justin Jefferson's going to get downfield and break loose. And you can't really blame the DB when that happens because, you know, you're holding on for dear life when you're on an island against Justin Jefferson. Now, he is coming back from a hamstring injury. He's been practicing the last few weeks, so he should be moderately healthy, but at the same time, hasn't really gotten to practice with J.J. McCarthy this year in a preseason game under live bullets. J.J. McCarthy, the last preseason game he played was week 1 of the preseason, so it'll actually have been 30 days since the last time he's faced true live reps. I know they had their joint practice against the Patriots, which every team now thinks is the proper simulation of a game, but I just don't feel that way. We've talked about enough of that. Go ahead.
You also have Adam Thielen, too. He's a savvy
Thielen
vet.
is back.
You know what I mean? He's back there, and I think Addison's going to be a little hurt. And they also have
Jordan Addison's out with a suspension for the first 3 games. So,
and then you have the tight end, Hockenson, right?
Adam Thielen runs a 4.9 40.
You can beat him?
What do you run?
Can you beat him?
4.9.
I think it's important too to mention though that, you know, Jalen Johnson coming back from that groin injury, we haven't really seen him at all at training camp. So, I mean, the original plan that Ben Johnson had kind of stated was Jalen Johnson was going to shadow the other team's best receiver. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that week one until we're certain that Jalen's back at 100%.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's super important for the defensive line to get home.
Yeah.
We need that defensive line that's a lot of money up front. A lot of money up front.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They need to make that deposit right on JJ's helmet.
All right, as we get into my two keys to the game, they kind of really bounce off what Briggs and Azumah are talking about here. So in the blueprint for beating the Minnesota Vikings with stopping the run and getting that pressure on the quarterback and staying fundamentally sound, that means the Bears need to force at least two turnovers. You guys, you played under Lovie Smith and winning the turnover battle. Get the takeaways. 2+ turnovers on J.J. McCarthy. It's my expectation for this defense. Now, you got to get to the quarterback. You got to, if they're going to blitz, you got to get home, and you got to get to a point where J.J. McCarthy's trying to do throws that he's not ready to make yet, and get him to try to throw in some tight windows. We saw a lot of tip passes this year by the Bears defense at training camp. Get that ball popped in the air. Somebody comes down with it. And so to me, if the Bears want to win this game convincingly, you're getting 2 takeaways on J.J. McCarthy. And you're right.
Yes.
Maybe they aren't just interceptions. Maybe they are, a forced fumble in the backfield as well. I'll take them however you can get them. Yeah.
I'd like to see some sacks also.
Braggs, listen, we're going to be working together a long time here, man, and I love you. But we got to change that edit there, okay? Because you see, turnovers are by chance. Takeaways, that's a skill. Okay. So if you want those takeaways, make sure that's written correctly up there, okay? But thank you.
Yes, sir.
Take the ball away.
Yeah, take it away. Not
take it away. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yes. All right. I like that. 100%. So my second key to this game is what everybody, I think, for Bears fans, all eyes are going to be on Braxton Jones versus Jonathan Grenard.
Yes.
And when you talk about earlier, Jerry, and one of your keys on protecting the football, this works hand in hand, and Braxton Jones is going to be holding on for dear life. It's a tough assignment with Jonathan Grenard, and hopefully, a steady run game, a healthy dose of the run game is going to be something that can help kind of stymie a guy like Jonathan Grenard and make him kind of think about, getting through that back door and going after Caleb Williams, who was sacked 68 times
way
last
too many
year.
times.
Right. So you've got to protect the quarterback here, and Braxton Jones just has to do everything he can. If you give up 1 sack, fine. We start getting into a territory where Jonathan Grenard has 3 sacks, in the first half or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, he's capable of being a game wrecker like that. So I just think it is so key for Braxton Jones to kind of prove that he can be the guy to anchor that left side, no pun intended, and just be the guy that Caleb Williams and the rest of this offensive line can trust.
Yes.
We haven't seen Joe Thuney in live action yet, didn't play in the preseason games, so you've got a guy on your right side that you can more than trust. This is one of the best offensive linemen to ever do it. So that's great, but there's going to be a lot of times, especially when Jonathan Grenard is that wide 9.
Oh my goodness.
And you're out on an island.
Yeah.
And Braxton is going to be doing everything he can to get out there to make sure he can't get around the edge. Well, now you got to protect to make sure he can't beat you on the inside.
Right.
It's going to be a very tough challenge for Braxton Jones on Monday night.